What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope everybody's having a very terrific Tuesday. Thursday, yeah, whatever day that is. Terrific Thursday. Man, I was about to say Wednesday, Tuesday, all of them. All right. Nice nothingness kind of going on today, except for one particular area of the market. But you see the SPY here, not really just doing a whole lot. Ever since really the first kind of hour or so of yesterday, of Wednesday's price action, not a whole lot going on. Looks like we're kind of trying to base, kind of trying to round and turn up here. So maybe we will, but I mean, we haven't really just done a whole lot here in the past day and a half or day, I guess. So we'll see what happens. Qs, same kind of deal. A little bit of a strong pump, or not a strong pump, but nice little pump there right after the first hour of the day. Kind of got to a little bit of a new price level from where we were trading yesterday. But we've mostly just been sideways outside of that basically that 15 minutes here over the past day. IWM, somebody has woke up the Russell. It is finally doing something positive. Very nice, strong move this morning. I'll get more into the Russell here a little bit later. But yeah, up about 1.5% right now, looking pretty good. The DIA, nice little higher open, traded down, has traded all the way kind of back to positive here over the past couple hours. But yeah, looking pretty good there on the DIA off of an early sell down. RSP kind of looks like the DIA a little bit, I guess. Higher open, dropped, popped, and then got the rollover, and it's been trending higher over the past couple hours. Kind of the daily high right now. Not looking too bad. It is looking pretty good to probably push higher here over the next couple days. Still, kind of mentioned that yesterday, still kind of looks that way. The DIA looks pretty good to continue higher. Hasn't broken that high that I put in back on February 2nd yet, but probably does tomorrow. If it doesn't by the end of the day today, that's all I got there. IWM, kind of mentioned this yesterday. Once it gets over that 1020, it's going to have a very strong push higher. I think you're probably going to at least play this. Oh, man. These highs right here that we had back January 8th, January 16th, could maybe be an issue. I would say if we don't break through there, I would definitely, if you did snag into this position bullish, I would definitely move up stop losses pretty aggressively. But for now, I would say your main target is probably going to be up here in the 198.5 to 199 type area, somewhere up in there. I think that would be a much more reasonable target there on the IWM. But yeah, IWM actually doing something today. The Qs can just continue to grind higher. Big Tech keeps doing railroad things, I guess. Just keeps grinding, keeps pushing. I think I can, right? SPY, like I mentioned, not too much kind of going on. It's a very small day. This has got to be probably one of the smallest days that we've had. Maybe back to December 28th, which, I mean, that's around holiday time, so you kind of expect it around holiday time. I guess November 24th, that's also holiday time. So, yeah, outside of holiday time, we shouldn't normally see days this small. So, I would expect some kind of move here in the last 2 hours of the trading day. Kind of makes sense to me. I wouldn't expect us to close this small. And I guess my indication would probably just be bullish on the last 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of what I'm thinking. Anyways, what was very interesting about this morning, though, when the Qs were making this move higher, we weren't really seeing a whole lot of strength in, the SPY got a little bit of that kind of time period. But the RSP, most of the other stocks weren't really all that strong. Like, the RSP was selling down there in that time period, but, I mean, you got a little bit of a bounce there. But before and after, it was sell city. So all the other stocks in the SP 500 were getting hit pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, kind of a weird one, anyways, with that time period. Also, you might have noticed, let me go back to the intraday. You also might have noticed this little pop here that we had about an hour ago. I'm gonna guess that there was probably some treasury auctions that happened because yields also got impacted. But you saw that it wasn't like a major event, but the markets did move a little bit. VIX, not really doing a whole lot there, kind of just hanging out. Okay, DXY, nice little upper wick. So, yeah, this morning they were looking pretty good here on the DXY, but it is faded throughout the day. Be curious to see how the dollar ends today, because obviously this is a pretty clear bounce spot. So if we are bouncing off the spot, but we now reverse and break down, this will be a pretty major breakdown. If we wind up breaking below the low of yesterday's low, which is our, yeah, I mean the low of today or yesterday, Wednesday. But we also haven't really even gotten below the 10 EMA yet on the daily. So yeah, it's kind of a tough one to judge. If we end back up with the highs of today, I would say maybe we push higher here over the next like Friday, Monday. But for now, not willing to say it just still might be consolidating here. GLD, a little bit lower today. Nothing. It's kind of flat, not really doing a whole lot because dollar's kind of come down from its highs. So okay. Yields. So yields actually held up somewhat better than the DXY, than the dollar. Yeah, you can see this drop here in yields. That's kind of what I mentioned about the treasury auctions about an hour ago. I don't know if it was actually treasury auctions, but it just seems like there was a treasury auction of it because that is about the time that they do treasury auctions. So yeah, there you go. I believe that is the time they do treasury auctions. We can definitely check. And anyways, 10-year yields, though, looking pretty good there. I do know some people have keen interest to see yields go higher. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens here. To finish the week, which, let me check the weekly. How do you want this to end on a weekly? Ooh. Yeah, Monday was kind of strong. I would say for the weekly, you probably want Friday to come out and close above these highs over the past month. Yeah, get over 4.2. I think that would be a pretty good move there on Friday if that happens. 10-2 inversion, pushing a little bit higher today. Nothing kind of crazy going on there. Okay, might be basing a little bit longer term here. HYG, high yield corporate bonds. 2 days in a row, it has checked into that 10 and 20 moving average area. Has not broken above it. Obviously, yields are pushing a little bit higher today, so it's not having a hard time getting it going. Not real negative, but I mean it's basically flat. Okay. Well, yeah. If yields start to push higher, this will drop. LQD. Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna have to look at the LQD TLT here a little bit. Okay. Let me check TLT. So TLT is not breaking this low from late January, but the LQD is. Investment grade corporate bonds. So nobody likes investment grade corporate bonds right now. Let me check a weekly to see how this looks a bit longer term. Wonder if this is going to form a sickle type pattern. I love sickle type patterns. It's keened by yours truly. It's kind of like a flag, but the flag goes a little bit too long, and then it winds up dropping off like that, and it forms what looks like a sickle or a scythe. It winds up dropping off and go. I mean, it can just continue bearish or bullish. I mean, if it's an inverse of that. But anyways, that's a pretty important move here. I mean, kind of getting below some of these lows. It looks like we're actually going to have our lowest close here on the LQD unless bonds really drop off. Yields, I'm talking about yields drop off here by the end of the day, and you see bonds are able to rally. I mean, outside of the low that we put in on February 5th, I mean, you're going to have to go all the way back to December 12th. That's the lowest close that we would have now, going back to. So it's looking like we're going to close below that 50 EMA as well. So the LQD is not looking swimmingly, is basically my point here. TLT, not back down to those lows that we put in January, but definitely a lower move today. Okay. Yeah, there's I know some people on some Tesla puts. They would like to see bond yields move higher, as Tesla does not respond very well to bond yields going higher anymore after what Elon Musk said last year. So we will see. Oh, I didn't get all my stuff up. Let me do that real quick. And then I briefly want to check the we can check actually sentiment surveys. It's not a bad thing to check. But where is upcoming treasury auction? I want to see if there was a treasury auction about an hour ago. Does not look like it actually. Auction results maybe. Issue date 2/8. 2/8. 26 week. That shouldn't have been it. 42 day. That should have been it. Oh, I was in the wrong area. No, it doesn't look like anything. Maybe the market wasn't liking how these were going, and because yeah, I mean, we didn't move a whole lot, so maybe it was some of the shorter term stuff. All right. Anyways, treasury auctions looks like there maybe have been one. Sentiment survey. Ooh, wow. The bullishness really was like unchanged. Look at that bullishness. 49.1% last week to 49% this week. It really didn't change at all. Although bearishness dropped off a pretty good amount. Bearishness dropped off from 24.5 to 22.6. So people are less bearish than they've been before. Okay. Check out that sector performance. All right, so here's that sector performance. XLU, the biggest underperformer on the day. Financials, healthcare, staples, materials. Okay. XLC, industrials, barely outperforming there. Discretionaries and tech outperforming, and then energies and real estate outperforming pretty good there on the day. No real gaps on the market today, or at least the market didn't gap them all that much, but you can see real estate's definitely having a really good intraday period. XLRE doing really good. So energy's also doing good. Discretionaries, tech outperforming, materials outperforming. Healthcare, industrials kind of in line with the market there. Staples, financials, communications underperforming, and yeah, utilities have just underperformed in the day. So not a big gap today. So you definitely kind of make the case that basically intraday performance is really all in the thing that mattered today.